What is a fitness tracker and why should everyone buy one, Dan?
A fitness tracker is something that tracks your fitness, but you probably would have heard of things like Fitbit, Apple Watch. Maybe you've heard of Whoop Band.
Whoop, whoop.
It's something that basically tracks metrics to do with your health. Why should you get one? I guess classic business anchors, Lloyd and I have both really got into them recently, and I think it's really positively impacted our lives. Definitely my life, and I think yours too.
Yes.
So we want to basically share why and what's good about it, and why we think you should potentially think of getting.
Can I clarify something, though?
Please clarify away.
Just because you mentioned like an Apple Watch.
Yes.
And I just want to clarify that I think smart watches, other than fitness trackers, are the devil.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either.
So that's probably not quite the devil. But I really love like fitness trackers with health monitoring and that kind of thing. I guess what I really think has a negative impact on people is when you have notifications going off on your wrist from apps on your phone and that kind of thing. So I suppose I kind of have that separation.
Yes.
I guess.
The caveat is focusing more on fitness tracker rather than something that notifies you when you got a text or a WhatsApp.
I've got friends that used to be really rude and just be on their phones when you're trying to talk to them.
Now they're on their phone and on their
and
watch.
now I think they feel they've improved, but now they just stare at their watch.
Yes.
Or their wrist while they're
I guess a quick backstory. Lloyd and I, everyone at work takes the piss out of us because we constantly go on about this, but we've both got Whoop bands.
Whoop.
And the good thing about Whoop bands is that there's no screen, there's no notifications about text or people messaging you. It's purely a fitness tracker. So, and I guess the quick backstory as to why we got these, I listened to a podcast episode, as I always do, which was the founder of Whoop on the Diary of a CEO podcast, and I listened to it, and he talked a lot about the backstory of starting it and what it tracks and how it works. And then my friend had one, and they do this upcycling scheme where you can give your old Whoop band for 2 months for free. And I tried it and loved it, and then told Lloyd to do it, and not told Lloyd to do it. I
told Lloyd.
No, I said you should try it.
Yeah.
And then we've been using it for a number of months now, and we've both got lots of benefit from it.
I've just to give context as well, I've been using a Garmin fitness tracker that is a watch, with all the notifications turned off.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Just to caveat. For the whole of this year, and I've started Whoop this month, so that's where I am in my fitness tracker journey.
And I used to use a Fitbit. So I guess from your perspective, people are listening, they're thinking, right, fitness trackers, track your fitness, whatever. They're wondering if they should really invest in one.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a number of things that it's helped me to do, but I guess for you, what has made? Should we talk about Whoop bands rather than fitness trackers, or have you seen specific benefits?
Well, I think speaking generally, something that I've really learnt from you, Dan, over the last couple of years that is really ingrained in me. This has completely come from you. When I've been deciding on things to do, you always say that your health is the most important thing, and you encourage me to spend money on things if it's to do with my health.
Yes.
So quite often, obviously, if you spend money, something like, so this watch, I believe, was about £160. This Whoop band, I'm now paying 20-something pound a month or something like that.
Yeah.
So
it's not cheap.
Yeah. I'm also paying to go to the gym. I'm paying for a squash club membership. But previously I would have debated these, buying these things or investing in these things a lot more. But you've really ingrained it in me that if it's for your health, like you should invest in your health, basically. I don't, when I want to get a takeaway, I don't think, oh, shall I spend that £20?
No, exactly.
I just go, I'm going to get it because I want to eat that.
This was
so why would you not invest in your health in the same way rather than umming and ahhing whether to spend money?
This was a trigger for me when I realised when my mates were down, I'd go on a night out and spend hundreds of pounds. And then when it got to Monday doing a food shop, I'd think, oh, smoked salmon is quite expensive, so I'm probably going to get like a more processed, unhealthier thing. And then I'm thinking, I've literally spent hundreds on just getting smashed, which isn't good for you at all. So yeah, I'm a big believer in investing in things that do with your health.
So that's really been ingrained in me. And since I've had a fitness tracker, it's just completely changed my behavior for the positive. And I just think health is the most important thing. You can't do anything else without your health. If there's any positive change because of having it, then I think it's a good idea. But I've noticed, and later on I can go into specifics that I've got notes of, but it's helped my sleep, it's helped my health, and it's improved my fitness. So, and actually reduced stress. Lots of positives. But Dan, obviously you're a big Whoop fan. I've had a Garmin and a Whoop. What do you think's so good about Whoop in particular?
A whole range of things. I think because it's purely focused on health tracking, they've gone all in on creating the best app on the market, the most comprehensive app to track all these different data points to do with your health, rather than thinking it's 50% health tracker, 50% smartwatch, so that, you can tell that the app is incredibly advanced compared to other apps I've tried, like Fitbit, and like the Apple Health app. So it's the way it tracks data is a lot better. Also, the fact that it's not got a screen in it, like I mentioned, it's incredibly lightweight. And by the way, we're not like sponsored by them or anything. I think this sounds like we're doing like a sponsored thing.
Yeah,
Even not.
no affiliate code. Or
Wish we were.
Like that. Yeah.
Incredibly lightweight, and you don't get distracted by anything because there's no screen on it. I also think the interesting thing about Whoop is it's a very different model because it's a monthly subscription.
Yeah.
Which isn't cheap. Like, I think if you just pay on a rolling monthly basis, it's like 27 quid a month. But if you pay like a year up front, I think it's like 20. And then if you pay 2 years up front, it's like 16 or 17. But the thing that does for me is, because I'm, again, investing a significant amount, it makes me want to get the most out of it, which I don't know if is a weird thing. But if I just bought a watch for like 100 quid, then I wouldn't be as sort of attached to getting the most out of it. Paying this every month is like, I want to get £27 worth of value from that every month.
Something with Whoop that I think they're market leaders in as well. And if you're interested in this, listen to Stephen Bartlett's Diary of a CEO podcast with the founder. Is they're leading the way in recovery. So other fitness trackers over the years have tracked your activity. And originally, a few years back, it was very much about, I ran this far.
How many steps did you do?
I did this many steps. Now, this is focused on recovery and looking at your health 24/7. So much so that you don't take it off to charge it. There's a charger that just attaches to it. And I think understanding that fitness and health is not only about the exercise that you do, but also about how you recover from that with your sleep and in between exercise. I think they really are leading the way, and they guide you on how much strain you should have each day based on how well you've recovered. So if you've like really gone all out the day before and your body's still recovering, it would advise you to have a more restful day. Whereas if you kind of have had a restful time and your body is ready to really go for it, it advises you to go for it, basically. So I think if you want the optimum results and really want to be the healthiest and fittest you are, it gives you all the tools you need to know what to do.
That has been such a game changer for me. Previously, I would just think, right, go hard at the gym as much as I physically can. Sleep's not that, don't worry about that. Just like, got to go to the gym constantly. Whereas this has helped me know when I need to actually just go to bed earlier and focus on that and not try and go to the gym every single day. Because of all the different data points, it shows you, like you said, when you should be recovered.
Yeah.
The other really amazing thing that I love about it, because I'm very competitive, is you can set up communities. So we're in a community with Lloyd and I and a few of my friends, and you can track everyone's performance. And they focus all of their kind of data tracking around 3 key areas: strain, recovery, and sleep. And strain is to do with how much sort of activity you're doing and how hard your body's working. So when you're sort of doing an activity, you record it and it tracks your heart rate and stuff. Then there's sleep, which is obviously easy sleep. And then recovery is looking at your heart rate variability, which is a key kind of metric that they kind of differentiate themselves by focusing on heart rate variability a lot, don't they? Which has been a massive thing. Yeah. Which is which
is hard to explain.
It's the difference in timing between beats of your heart. So like when you you know, the classic thing where you put your finger on your neck and you count how many beats there is across a minute. If you had 60 beats per minute, it's not like a metronome where it's every second it's 1, 2, 3. There might be a beat after
There's
1.3
small
seconds.
changes, yeah.
And I was actually listening to a podcast this morning explaining this, and it's all to do with how good your nervous system is. And there's like 2 parts of your nervous system:
Sympathetic,
sympathetic,
Yep.
sympathetic. And it shows how well your heart is at adjusting to these 2 parts of your nervous system.
The more adjustments, the healthier it shows you are, basically.
So the higher your heart rate variability, the better.
Yeah. So those small changes between the beats. At first when I looked at it, I thought, oh, that must be worse. Surely you want it like a metronome. But actually, if it's adjusting better, it shows that you're in a better position.
Yeah. And I think, I guess the final thing in terms of the benefits, I think with anything, and thinking of business, thinking of your personal life, if you want to improve, you need to be able to track your performance in some kind of way. So like if you're running a business like we are, we track lots of metrics around the leads we're generating, the revenue, generating the profit, the projects that we're delivering on time. All these different data points help us on an ongoing basis track our performance and then come up with actions that are going to help us continue to improve that. It's the same with fitness and health. If you're just going to the gym or just thinking you're eating healthily, it's going to be way more effective if you've got the data to back up how you feel and your intuition. And I think this is provided me the most advanced data I can see to track my health, to help me make actual positive life improvements, which
I think that using data to actually change your behavior is the massive thing for me. And just so it doesn't sound like a Whoop ad the whole time, I've been using my Garmin watch and I've got some data to share with you.
Oh, yeah.
So my average resting heart rate started at the beginning of January when I got it at 61, and it's now down to 58. So for those of you that don't know, usually, not for everyone, but a lower resting heart rate shows that you have a healthier heart. Obviously, if it gets really low, and that can be an issue. But athletes can have heart rates of like below 40.
Wow.
Whereas if you're less healthy, it probably could be like, well, I'm saying for someone my age, could be in the 70s or 80s. If you're older and it's in 70s and 80s, that's probably healthy. Don't worry. Also, this year, I've had an average of 127 minutes a week of exercise. And although I don't have the data for the year before, I wasn't exercising regularly. I reckon the average probably would have been about 30 minutes, once a week doing half. I reckon that would have been the average. So to know I've done over a whole year, it's the first time I've ever been in a routine where I'm consistently exercising over a whole year. To see that is really reassuring. And then this isn't data, but ways that it really affects my behavior. It makes me walk when I haven't. So if I see my steps are low, I know that healthy people don't just sit all day. So I need to go for a walk. It makes me sleep when I need it. I know we spoke about Whoop especially does that, but if something's telling you you're not getting enough sleep and it's making you less healthy, it really wakes you up to the fact you need to change your habits.
Yeah.
Also, it's made me try and find ways to keep calm and reduce stress when it's showing my body's in a stress state. So I've got into a routine where I go to the gym a lot more often, and I actually take the time in the steam room or the sauna and I really try and mentally relax before work. And I don't think I would have done that without kind of having the positive reinforcement of going, when I do that and have this relaxing thing and try and relax with no phones, anything going on, it has a really positive effect.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that, but those things, like, it's massively changed my behavior.
I do think if anyone's listening, and you might have listened to our podcast episode about goal setting a few episodes ago, if you have any goals for 2023 related around health, which I think everyone should, then and it doesn't have to be the Whoop band. It can be, you can get much cheaper ones, or there's a really wide price point you can work with. Get a fitness tracker, because that will help you measure if you've achieved your goal or not, and measure how you're performing.
Like we said, in business and in everything else, we use data to really help us improve, why would you not do it for your health when it's the most important thing we have?
I'm excited for the future. I reckon there's definitely going to be advances in like tracking your health with like tech that's built into your body.
Oh,
No, but you know, there's is it Elon Musk that's been doing stuff with like the Neuralink and stuff to do with integrating technology into like your actual body. I think it's still a long way off, but
didn't you experiment with putting the wheat band up your bums as well?
yeah,
Yeah,
that didn't work as well.
Okay. But I mean, because you're so keen on having it in your body, that's a good thing to try.
On that note, I think this has been a shorter episode, but I just think it's really beneficial for listeners to look into getting a fitness tracker because it's been so beneficial to us and our health and our happiness and our fitness, and I'm excited for next year.
We'll keep you updated next year on our health and fitness improvements because that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in your ears next week.